right now. Mwahahaha. Okay, so what are we discussing today, Paffy?
We're looking on r/polyamory,
Oh, hell yeah.
which is my new second favorite subreddit, right after female dating strategy.
Oh, yeah. If you ever want relationship advice, just come to r/polyamory.
Yeah, because as we all know, polyamorous people have the most healthy relationships.
Obviously. I mean,
It,
they're,
it,
it's healthy enough that they just get with other people.
it's. Oop, it doesn't. It doesn't say anything. Yeah, yeah.
Ben
You and
Shapiro. Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
I heard Ben Shapiro.
That's not true. You didn't hear Ben Shapiro.
I only heard Ben Shapiro.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Listen, actually, yeah, you didn't hear Ben Shapiro. That's weird because it was actually a like one of those military videos. You just thought you heard Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you said okay like you think I'm lying to you.
Uh, so, I
Yeah.
think
So,
we should do this podcast maybe in the same format or a similar one to how we did the last r
am I the
slash.
asshole?
Yeah, kind of like Am I an Asshole?
Yeah.
Which,
Get ready to read it though. You have to read this out loud. This is so great. This
okay.
story. I want to listen to you read it out loud for the first time because it's amazing.
Okay, so I'm under. Click to see
Scroll up.
NSFW. Ooh, my wife wants her to open her marriage. Posted
Mm-hmm.
9 hours ago. Okay. Oh, God, that's a long one.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so good.
Can we put like the auto reader on maybe?
The auto reader.
I don't know what it is. It's like one of those things where it's like voice assist. I think it's called.
Yeah, maybe next time, but we're kind of busy right now.
Fuck.
You want to hear the robot voice? Is what you're saying?
Yes, I love the robot voice. I'm in a polyamorous relationship with the robot voice. But anyway, let's get going.
Yeah.
Just to get the facts on the table, me, Dan, 46 male, and my wife, Mary, 41 female. That's quite the age gap. I'm sorry, fam. We've been together for 16 years. So you're. Okay. And married for 12 of those years. We have 2 kids, 10 and 8. How lovely. What a beautiful love story. Alright, so here's the situation I found myself in. And sorry in advance if this goes on long. Last June 2021, my wife asked me if she can go spend the night in a hotel with a coworker, 40 female. It seems odd, and they've known each other and worked with each other for years.
Yeah. By the way, 45 and 40 is like kind of late to start the polyamorous thing. If you want to start it that late in life, there's clearly something unhealthy going on.
Fair enough. She asked me this with a smile on her face, and it kind of clicks. You want to have sex with her? She says yes. She said it's called ethical non-monogamy.
Ethical non-monogamy. Trust me.
If anyone told me that, I don't know what I would think. I remember thinking at a time, like, oh, you want to go explore or try something new? I love my wife. I want to be happy. So I ask if that's something she wants to try. She says yes. So I say yes. Big mistake, right? Mistake number 1. You said yes. Not really putting
That's so. By the way, you're like, hey, I'm gonna have sex with a coworker in a hotel room. Is that okay? And you're like, yeah, that's fine.
And it didn't really put much thought into it.
You know?
Which clearly
like, yeah.
should have. Yes. So, over the next few months, we start the new year. They've gone out and had drinks a couple of times, and they went to Florida for a week. You have 2 kids, and you let your wife just go to Florida for a week. Oh, for work training. Okay. And I know that they are still having sex. She doesn't tell me every time, and I don't really ask. When I do ask if she had sex on drink nights or whatever, she says yes. I basically just put it out of my mind. This sounds like a one-way monogamous relationship.
Yeah, you always hear those when you're like, you always hear these polyamorous relationships,
They
and they're
didn't
like,
know that they were in a
one person is
polyamorous.
no, one person is you didn't know that you were in a polyamorous relationship. No, babe, I'm not cheating. You just didn't know you were in a polyamorous relationship. It's like
Oh,
I don't know. It's like there's one person that's really into being polyamorous, and then the next person is just sort of like yeah, okay, I guess whatever
they
she
don't know
wants.
what's going on.
Well, it's not that they don't know what's going on. It's that they're like either they're have like low self-esteem or something where they're like they don't have the willpower to stand up and be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't just like be doing this. Like
True.
there's always one person who's like, oh yeah, non-monogamy is the way of life, and then the other person's like, well, I'm
Ethical,
monogamous, but she doesn't have to be.
ethical non-monogamy.
Of course, non-monogamy.
Okay, so here's the problem comes. Beginning of
Oh,
Jan.
is here where the problem comes.
My wife asked me if I would like to join them for a threesome. Oh, so now that you get involved, the problem begins. It wasn't when your wife went out and fucked another coworker. A little background on the coworker. We'll call her Sally. She's a lesbian, and my wife has 2 kids. I've known her for about as long as she has been working with my wife. She's a great woman, and the best of mine and my wife's knowledge, she has never had intercourse with a man. We've never had sex with more than one woman, or more than one person. So it seems like it might be great, but I'm really worried that Sally doesn't want me there, or would it be the 2 of us having sex with my wife? I've got a lot of questions. Everyone has to be fully into it for me to be okay. My wife assures me Sally wants to have sex with me. Oh god. Oh god, this is not. This is smelling disaster so far. Over the next week or so, we keep talking about it at night while we're drinking, and I'm asking the questions over the logistics of it. Can I touch her? Can I go down on her? Would she on me? This kind of thing. I'm really nervous that I'm going to do something that offends Sally or make things uncomfortable. And I'm sure you are all reading this and saying, what the problem? Well, as we're talking over the nights about this threesome, it comes out that my wife and Sally have been in love with each other for a while. And that on their Thursday evening schedule meetings, which she has been doing for 3 to 4 years, that they have developed a love for each other. But she assures me that they never had sex till that night in the hotel.
Babe, I didn't cheat on you until I did.
What the hell is... Okay. I almost just... Hold on. I just lost my place where it was? Oh, here it is. Now, this is what my wife is telling me. In the back of my mind, things are getting confusing. I'm not sure at the time, and I'm still not sure what I'm feeling, but I'm still going along with everything.
Yeah, this guy could be a writer.
Yeah, honestly, dude, he's a pro. He's a real pro. Okay, let's go on. Over the next week or so. Oh wait, no. I didn't scroll down. 2 Sundays ago, my wife and I are talking about the threesome again, and she's texting with Sally. Oh my god, she's texting while you are talking about it. It's done. It's over.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, there's just no coming back.
Hey babe, who you texting? Oh, just the woman I'm cheating on you with.
And she's just open about it. You
Okay, that's fine.
are being cucked.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You are being cucked by another woman. They text
your
all
wife's trying
the
to involve
time.
you so you don't feel so bad.
And Sally sends my wife a boob pic. And it turned out it was a man. My wife says, hey, come look at this. It looks great. And with the whole group thing going, I think that Sally is finally opening up to me a little, trying. Trying to get comfortable with us all having sex. I guess it was, set to self-delete or something, because I asked my wife if I could see it again an hour later or so, and she can't open it. Must have been Snapchat. So the next
Dude,
day again,
Snapchat ruins everything.
I think that we are starting an open dialogue that doesn't only go through my wife. I asked Sally directly if she sent that pic to me. I said, "Gee, Sally," and the pic was super hot. I'd like to see it again. She explains that it was deleted and that she'll maybe send us both the next one. My wife gets home later and was upset and said, "Did you ask Sally for that pic?" I said yes, and she said, "Well, Sally's upset. That pic was sent to me and not to you. And you don't need to be texting her." What the fuck? If you're in a
So she's jealous now?
Hold on. If you're in a polyamorous relationship and you're upset that your two partners in said relationship are
talking to each other.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. This is awful. So, I'm a little taken aback.
No, here's what it was. Here's what it is. Okay, ready? Because the friend Sally is married too with kids. This is a lesbian. So it's like one of those lesbian marriages. Mm-hmm. And their kids are like either adopted or made in a lab.
Yeah.
So, or they just have a surrogate, I guess. That makes sense.
I guess. Maybe that's just how it works.
Sally's just trying to like regular cheat on her wife. Like, she's not into this polyamorous crap.
Casual cheating.
And this guy is like uncomfortable with the polyamory. But this guy's wife is the only one in like there's 4 people involved and she's the only one who's into polyamory. And she's trying to get her husband and another married lesbian couple in on it with her. And she's mad at everyone else because no one else is really into it as much as she is.
You can fuck her, but you can't text her, is basically what she said.
Yeah, in so many words.
So, I'm a little taken aback by this, after all. Supposedly, she's coming over to fuck me. What's wrong with me wanting a pic of her boob? Confused by not
Wait, hold on a second. Yep. Boob singular?
Yeah, maybe she only has one boob centered right in the center of her chest.
I love boob singular, like it was.
I don't say anything and just let it go. A couple days later, my wife and I are, doing the deeds, a little drunk, and my wife starts in on, "You like Sally's boobs better than mine? You just want to fuck Sally."
Yes.
Now I'm super confused.
Why are you mad?
Honestly, I think any guy would be confused in this situation.
Dude, this is like a very woman thing. She's like, "Why don't you have sex with my friend?" And then you're like, "Okay," and she's like, "Wow."
After she's been cheating on with that friend for a couple years, as stated earlier. Oh my god. And so on. Now I'm super confused. I'm not the one who is actually fucking her. And this gets me thinking. I own my own business. Custom metalwork. Railings and the like. And I work by myself almost all the time. So I have lots of time to think. And this whole situation has taken up all my mental space. And I am thinking back to the years and the years of the two of them and these Thursday night scheduling meetings, gazing at each other, both wanting to have sex, 2 women with healthy libidos, and nothing is going on. And then she decides she wants to have sex. Something doesn't add up. And she's my wife, so I believe her. The threesome thing has me totally confused. Not sure what to think about it.
About that. That's
this
so
just
great.
Keeps going.
This guy is like a high value male too.
Oh yeah, he's making shit with his hands.
Yeah, that's what the female dating strategy would say. This guy is just letting his wife have sex with another woman. High value male.
It's like, you got the woman cheating with the other woman next door while you got the blue-collar man slaving away on the job site.
A high value male is any man that gives me money and lets me get away with being a shitty person.
Yes.
Those are the two things for being a high value male.
So Friday, I confront my wife about the past years in these Thursday meetings. And I say, can you really tell me that you didn't do anything with Sally all the years you've been meeting like that? To her credit, she says yes. They made out a few times, but that was it.
Babe, I only have been cheating on you for 2 years. And it wasn't like we had sex up until recently. We were just making out and talking about how much we hate our spouses. It's not that big a deal.
I ask if she would rather be with Sally. It's fine. We'll work out and find a place so that she can make it more like a permanent thing. But she assures me that I'm the one she wants, and that she can love both of us, and that I should read this book called More Than Two. She tells me all the things I want to hear. She's been my partner for 16 years. I love her very much. I don't want her to leave. She doesn't want to leave. We'll make it all work. Everything will be fine, and I'm buying all of it. Until the next day, when she changes her mind. Saturday, we drink and get the kids in bed, drink some more, and we start talking about Sally and their relationship. And my wife, kind of braggy and tipsy, lets out that Sally and her would cuddle for hours, talking about how they wanted more, and that my wife, she says this, that she tried to pressure Sally to have sex, but that Sally said no because her wife wasn't on board yet. And I'm back to being in complete shock. My wife doesn't really pick up on this, but then starts to talk about the damn threesome again. His wife and the damn threesome. It says it's like going to hurt my feelings or something. That Sally wants to make sure that it isn't a regular thing. The group sex thing. So now I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It sounds like Sally's just coming over to have sex with me. So what? Shut me up or something. She's going to close her eyes and let me fuck to appease me? Or to, like, make me complicit or something? They think it's wrong? Now I don't know what the fuck is up or down.
This guy.
He's on a rough ride right now. I feel bad for him.
This guy's like, wait.
He needs to
he's
call
so
his
confused.
therapist.
Yeah, he's like, I'm confused.
Okay. My wife is super depressed and upset now. I told her
no
she
wonder.
could keep sleeping with Sally. Since I was the only one with the problem with the situation. That I would work through it. I've been reading through the book, through the More Than Two website. And that guy makes a lot of good points. Maybe I am making a big deal about nothing. Or I'm not even sure what I'm having a problem with. That she didn't tell me to get.
Hey, I got a book this guy should read.
I mean, yeah.
The Bible.
He's not a man of God. I mean, yeah. But that's all in the past. Nothing anyone does from here on out will change that. So now we all have to suffer because I feel hurt and lied to. And that doesn't seem like a good way to live. No, it is not, and you should probably get out of that relationship. Just saying.
No, they should just stop because they have kids.
Well, yeah, that too.
That's so ridiculous. And the thing is, like, the book, like, these books, these stupid people, they don't see, like, there are these people that will claim, like, monogamy is, like, a social construct. Like, there's no reason in evolution for having, like, a single partner. They're like, and it's like, no, there literally is.
Yeah.
Especially if you were, like, a woman in caveman days. Like, you want to know whose kid this is. That way you have someone to provide and protect.
Hmm.
Like, obviously, this group sex thing didn't happen in caveman days because that's like bad for survival.
Yes, it is.
And you know why it didn't happen?
Because it was bad for
Because
survival.
well, no, yeah, but like because women were choosy.
Yeah.
No, that's literally it. Women were picky, and the best men reproduced. The alphas, the high value male men, if you would, the high value males reproduced, and the low value males did not. And we're better as a species because of that.
Yep. I'm sorry that it went on this long. Just writing it out feels better, and I have an appointment with a therapist. Oh God.
Good.
What his wife is doing has made this man need to go and get a therapist.
Poor man.
I'm
You should be like, I got a book you should read and like link 12
the
rules for life.
Bible.
Yeah, the Bible. The Bible. Here's a book you can read. Stop it. Stop what you're doing.
But
Okay, it's been 2 years, and he hasn't cheated. His wife has cheated several times,
more than several
and
times.
he is totally cool with this.
Yeah, I don't think he's cool with it. He's just trying to make sense of what's
He's
going on.
complicit
He's
in
in.
this.
He's almost
He's
in
complicit in
denial
this.
of what's
Okay.
going on.
Okay, in my pterodactylism, the second rule in the big five things is don't let others be dicks to you.
Don't let others be a dick first.
No, no.
Be a dick
No, it's
before
not.
others can be a dick to you.
No. It's just rule 1, don't be a dick. Rule 2, don't let others be dicks to you.
Mhm.
Boom, rules done. And this guy right here is breaking rule 2.
Easy.
Dude, he's like, not only is he breaking rule 2, he threw rule 2 on the ground and is like stomping all over it.
Yes.
He's like, don't let others be dicks to you. but being dicks to me makes them happy.
Easy.
It's like, this dude.
Okay, so let's see what he continues on saying. I have a therapist, but 10 days for now. So that's good. But sucks that I'm still stuck with my thoughts and no feedback. I could really use some advice from the community. I am posting in the poly so that I can get some views from a pro poly crowd. I've talked to one other person about this, and he's mono all the way. And he says, she just has to stop. End of story. I don't think I could ever tell my wife she can't do something that makes her happy. My job as a husband is to make her happy. Oh, right. I'm done for now. Thanks, Reddit, for the use of the space.
I love how we had to clarify this person he talked to was monogamous, as if that wasn't like the normal thing.
Yeah.
You mean normal? I talked to my friend and he's normal. How about you weirdos? What do you think?
I think he needs to listen to his normal friend.
Yeah. His normal friend's like, man, you gotta get a divorce. And he's like, I'm gonna go see what a bunch of strangers on the internet think now.
But, I mean, you can't even trust his wife, because she was doing stuff during those meetings every Thursday. So you can't, it's not like,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
you're
was
right.
in that situation, like, you can't trust her. She's not
No.
a trustworthy person.
No, not at all. This guy's weak too. You can't let this guy off the hook.
He's
I know
a
you're
beta
like,
male.
you've got big incel vibes, but this guy's like this like a weak male. This is what
Yeah.
this is what Karl Marx was talking about.
He's a
Karl
beta
Marx.
male. He's submissive and he's breedable.
Submissive and breedable.
Quite literally.
This guy wants to know about polyamory. Maybe we should get your mom on to just
God damn it.
see give him some advice.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, ready? There's a great one. There's a great one that was like posted 36 seconds ago. If you go to new.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love polyamory. I love these people.
Okay. If we go sort by best, let's go by new.
No, yeah.
17 minutes ago?
Secondary partner wants to escalate to co-primary, is what you're reading?
No.
Okay, hit refresh.
I'll just refresh the page.
Yes, that is exactly what I was asking you to do.
Yes. I still have...
Oh
My
my god,
wife-
look at the top.
Yeah,
Look at the top. looking for a third.
Yeah, is that it?
Let me see.
Is it this?
I am not seeing it. Yeah, looking for a third. Hit it. That's so funny. It'll bring you to a. Actually,
So somebody called you a unicorn hunter?
so you just posted on this really cool poly forum that your friend told you about. Yes, I did. How'd you know?
I didn't.
Jet? Oh no.
I didn't post. Oh wait, although I
You-
did join the talk about this subreddit that you told me about.
Are you ready? You posted that you and your partner are ready for an open up your relationship and find a special person to add to it. You, me, and Chad. For some reason, a ton of people seemed upset at your post and started replying a bunch of hostile, snarky comments that didn't describe you at all. This is such a
Mhm.
this is so specific. They told you that you were doing it wrong, that you are bad at for waiting to find someone, and that you should go read a book. What?
That's
Yeah,
that's what the wife told
that's
him.
the Bible. That's the Bible. That's exactly what the wife
I
told
don't
him.
know what scripture the wife told that last guy to read about some guy and bigamy, but
Roman something or other. Wait, I thought these people were poly. Aren't they supposed to be open and accepting? What's the deal? No, they're deranged. Okay.
I mean,
One thing that many of them said was, "You are a unicorn hunter." not, not, not knowing exactly what that meant, you asked your good friend to Google what a unicorn hunter was. Why wouldn't you Google it yourself? What's, and you figured that out. A unicorn is that rare mythical figure that many couples look for, a polyamorous bisexual woman. You mean all of them?
every single one.
Rare mythical? Polyamorous bisexual woman? Dude, I got 4 on Discord right now. That's like the most common type of woman in the modern day. The millennials? What are you talking about?
Your
Oh my
average
god.
millennial kidnap.
Your average millennial
Hold on.
woman.
Kidnap any 21-year-old girl off the street and she matches this description.
Can you imagine this description? Exactly. No. That's not a unicorn. There's so many of these. A unicorn is like a guy who's great with kids, and it's always a man. Unicorns are only men, by the way.
No,
Because
I think there are some women. If you get like a fucking model who's not cracked up on cocaine and can maintain a somewhat intellectual conversation, then you have found a unicorn.
I mean, maybe.
Okay, maybe she's a
the show
Pegasus. Maybe she's a Pegasus and hasn't grown a horn yet.
Remember the show The Unicorn? You ever seen that show? You know what it is about? It's about a father. His wife passed away.
Yeah.
So he's got kids. He's great with kids. He
Yes.
wasn't divorced. His wife passed away, which means he was a great husband too. And he's a handsome guy and he has a good job.
Yes.
And he's a nice, good guy. And he volunteers. He coaches the soccer team. He does all this stuff. That's the unicorn. It's like a guy with nothing wrong with him.
Okay.
But this thing is their version of the unicorn is this. A polyamorous bisexual woman. That's a unicorn. Yay, that's okay. Yay, that sounds great. Someone who might want to date both you and your partner. That sounds good. That means that unicorns hunter are a couple who are looking for that person to join their dyad. Dyad. To make a triad. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
A triad is a poly relationship. Poly relationship where 3 people are all in a relationship with each other. Of course.
Can I just get this out there that I did not sign up for this or know that we were doing this before we started? Yes.
Dude, I just want to read this first bit because this is amazing.
Keep going.
Keep reading. This is great. I try. How many ads do you get before it becomes a harem?
How many ads?
How many bisexual polyamorous women do you have to add to your
How
your
much?
dyad
How
relationship to make it
much
a harem?
cannon fodder must you go through?
Yeah, because your triad's not a harem yet. Is a quadad a harem? How much?
I
How
think
many
it starts at 6.
starts at 6?
Yeah,
So
we're
everything
gonna say
before that is
yeah,
just septad.
yeah. See, like 5 is a group, 4 is a
Making a triad,
gathering,
isn't that what
3 is
poly is?
a meeting,
Isn't that the point? 3 is a meeting.
2 is a kidnapping.
3, everyone does 3 in the modern day. 4. 4 is where the real
1 is just lonely.
Why did all these people have such major why did all these people have such a major stick up their butt?
I don't know. What kind of question is that?
Oh my god. Yeah, so basically it's saying these people are making fun of you because you're new to being poly and you want a young bisexual polyamorous woman, which by the way, there are a lot of. So if you and your wife weren't so ugly, if you and your fat ugly wife wanted wanted to make a try at it, really wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, yeah, if you have your wife, you could always make a third.
All right, let's go back to our poly. This is hilarious. I just thought that was funny though. Right at the top it says looking for a third.
Oh,
Oh, I accidentally just exited out of our poly.
oh, we got one right here. Short story. Your wife has been screwing around for years. Maybe physically,
we just read that one.
maybe not. Who knows? What the truth is, because the way you describe it, she's been manipulating the shit out of you. The fact that neither of you seem to be able to discuss sex when you are sober screams huge red flags to me. I don't see this story having a happy ending.
Oh, you're just in the comments right now?
Yeah, dude, I'm just looking through the comments of this thing.
That's so great.
Okay.
Kind of look at right below that.
Let's go
Kind
back.
of a mono lurker here.
Oh god, look at this. 1 year anniversary finding love halfway across the world. Meeting by thruple. Okay.
That guy looks happier than either one of those women.
Honestly, yeah. I think the one on the left is making a face though. She's just being happy. Okay. Do you want to read which one do you want to read? Should we post by hot? Yeah, yeah, if you sort by hot, do you want to find one to read now?
Ready? Yeah, I'll sort by hot. Okay.
Yeah. Sort by hot. Which one are we looking for?
Let me find something. You want to read some comments from this one? What is your conflict line?
I'm actually right on that one. How about we just read that one?
Yeah,
then,
well,
it's
a short one, and we can go through the comments. We need to find what these people's conflict line is.
Okay.
Okay. I recognize conflict. I recognize conflict is basically impossible to avoid between humans, but in relationships, especially those we live with, but in relationships, especially those we live with, conflict can really have a negative effect on our day-to-day lives. This takes the form of tense energy in the house, lots of mental energy trying to resolve the issue, and generally unpleasantness because there's no fun, laughter, or sex happening. When I would think everyone has to have a line of how much conflict is acceptable in their life. So I'm curious, what are people's lines? Is it okay every week, every month? I'm referencing to larger reoccurring conflicts that last 1 to 2 days, especially smaller conflicts. Okay, I'm referencing to larger. Oh, this guy, God, should really reread his post. Larger reoccurring conflicts that last 1 to 2 days, especially smaller conflicts that are moved on from quickly don't matter so much. Okay. That's actually kind of a good thread. So what is your conflict line, Jay?
Other people in existence.
That's your conflict line?
Yes, I hate people.
In a relationship, how often is conflict acceptable for like big fights?
Always, because the relationship is conflict.
Okay, I suppose that's true. Always a relationship is conflict. Maybe this will go in the manifesto. How often do I think conflicts are acceptable? Huh.
Every day.
Every day, you think?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, it's not about because if the thing already happened that one of you is mad about, then it's not so much about fixing that. It's about doing better next time.
Yeah.
So I
Take
think
her to the zoo next time.
yeah, take her to the zoo next. I think you can fight as much as you need as long as you try to get better. But if you're just like I don't know, because the big things are value things. Like you never put your dirty clothes in the hamper it doesn't matter.
It honestly
Like
doesn't.
honestly, that's rough. That's rough, but that's what life is. Sometimes you just can't throw all your clothes in the hamper.
You know.
But like a serious fight is like, should we be bringing our kid to church? Now that's a serious fight. Should we
Yes.
should we baptize our kid?
Always.
Yeah. Well, the right answer is yes.
Yes. Always.
Yeah.
Should you baptize your child? Yes, against their will.
Well, of course it's against their will. They're 0. They don't have a will.
Fair enough.
What do you mean?
If you baptize a pregnant woman, is both the woman and the baby baptized?
Well, it depends on how far the water gets up there. I don't know.
I'm talking full submersion.
Full submersion. I think yeah.
See, it's like a baptism can only be described as an immersive experience. So therefore the child is also immersed.
I love watching hilarious baptism videos because the priest's just like just horrible with children.
Yes.
I watched one of a priest just like slamming a child in like the little pool of holy water.
There's also
like
an occasional video where the priest has forgotten, like mid-baptism, that they're doing a baptism, and they just start addressing the crowd with a sermon and while holding the child under the water.
Of course, forgot. He's like holding the baby's head underwater. He's
John
like,
3:16, for God so loved the world.
John 3:16. Matthew 5:5. Blessed are the meek, especially this baby. Oh my God!
Good, call an ambulance. It's not breathing. It's not breathing. Oh God. It's less about frequency and more about how the person handles conflict. I broke up with a partner because she didn't try at all to understand what was going on for me, and repeatedly had different recollection of events I did. It sounds like this person is more concerned about themselves in the relationship than the relationship.
Yeah, okay, it's funny because he's like, I broke up with this chick because, or I guess I guess this person doesn't specify gender, but I broke up with a partner because they didn't listen to me. Well, friend, did you listen to them? No? Oh, you're an asshole too?
This is why I avoid relationships, because everyone
Oh,
these days...
yeah, sure. You avoid relationships, Jack.
What do you think the last time I even asked a girl?
Have you ever looked into the mirror?
Yes, I have.
I know why you haven't been in a relationship in a
The
while.
last time I tried to look into a mirror was to help me tie a knot behind my neck.
You had to look into the mirror to do that? Usually you tie the noose before you put it around your neck.
No. I wasn't that smart. Okay. But that's why I avoid relationships for the most part right now, because it's just like people are so focused on themselves when they enter relationships. A lot of people enter a relationship to satisfy themselves or to find happiness in themselves or discover something in themselves, when it's about the other person.
If you're dating for fun, you're an asshole.
Yeah. It's a commitment.
if you, because that's like a thing. Like if you're like, I'm dating for me, and it's like, no, you're not. You're
No.
dating for us.
No, because it's like a relationship is a rare opportunity in life to focus on the other person, to love someone else.
Well, right. Well, what's the purpose of dating? Well, maybe to eventually one day get married. And what's the purpose of marriage? To maybe eventually one day have kids.
Yes.
Cool. So, and you're like, do you want kids yet? And he's like, oh, well, I don't know. It's like, then why are you doing this? You're clearly not taking life seriously yet. So why are you dragging me down with you?
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm supposed to apologize for something that I actually did not do, like, what's the resolution? She's saying, I'm not sticking to some agreement when I never actually agreed to the thing, and she's just assumed I did.
This guy is talking about something very specific.
Yes, this is like one case scenario that just pissed him off.
Yeah, he's like, should I really be expected to apologize for things I can't do? It's like, yes. Yeah. You've heard that expression, yes, dear? That's like the thing.
Happy
it's
wife,
like,
happy life.
No, it's like, that's the thing they used to tell you to say. What are the two most important words? Yes, dear.
Obviously.
She'll realize she's wrong eventually.
Are you sure about that?
You shouldn't apologize for cheating if you didn't cheat. But
here's the thing that I feel though that's going on with
if she's like I asked you to do the dishes and she never asked you to do the dishes, you should just be like, oh, sorry, dear.
So like, husbands have been telling wives for centuries now, like, yes, dear, yes, hun, yes, you look fine, yes, we can go do this, and I think women are actually starting to believe it. That's the problem, because we've all been doing it to save our own skin.
I read oh god, I can't remember what it was, but it was like it was a relationship advice, I think. Oh, it was female dating strategy. Yes, it was female dating strategy. And it was like I'm with my my fiance, and I've got my 2 kids, and we're moving, and when we moved, he didn't have to quit his job, but I did, so I haven't had money in a while. And she's like, and he asked me to split it 50-50 with him, the moving costs. And she's like, can you believe that? And I'm looking at him like, okay, you live together, and you've been living together for a while, and you guys are engaged to be married.
Yes.
And you don't share a bank account? Like, Joe told me this a while ago, Jay.
Yeah.
Joe, the wisest person I've ever met. He said, that's the problem with couples these days, because he said, when it was my day, he said it was our money.
Mm-hmm.
His wife cast the checks for him when he was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
In the modern day, people live together before they get married, which means they still have their own like individual incomes, which causes problems.
It does.
Like if it's you have your money and I have my money, that's rough. It's no, we have our money.
Yeah.
And that should be your thing.
Like that, it shouldn't be a case of, like, oh, hey, we have separate finances. Like, if one of you is in financial trouble, well, guess what? You're both in financial trouble.
Yeah, which is also, there's this big thing. It's like women who have like 4-year degrees and like they're 30 years old and they're like, why won't men date me? It's like, well, most of them won't date plumbers, but even if they would, like the plumber doesn't want to take on your debt.
Oh, true.
Yeah, have you ever read one of those studies? I love studies like that. It's like women try to date up and across in social circles. Or no, women try to date across social circles, and men date down. Which means men date way down too.
Way down.
So women are trying to go for their coworkers, like or people like in the same industry as them. Like if you're a lawyer, then they try to go for other lawyers or like similar income levels. But the lawyers are going for waitresses that they thought were hot.
Good for them.
Yeah, right. And they're like, why can't I find a man? It's like, well, I don't know. People just have preferences. It's rough. It's rough, but you know, you took 8 years out of your life to become a doctor. you should have known that it was going to be harder to start like the life part of your life later in life.
Yeah.
I'll read the next one. God, I've been talking.
You have been, and you have lots of ideas.
Thank you. It's all going to go in the manifesto.
Perfect. Can't read.
I don't have conflict with two of I don't have conflict with two of my partners ever. My live-in partner and I get into struggles a handful of times, a handful to times a year. Maybe a bit more during COVID. Holy fuck, we were both dealing with a lot, free-floating anxiety and pain during COVID, but never lasting days. At worst, we take space and a few hours are able to resolve our issues more calmly. When I was with my ex, it was probably twice a month for days at a time. It was horrible and major reason why I seek out partners who are calm, have good communication skills, and who I easily meet their baseline relationship needs and desires.
So basically,
Yes.
you just look for a good partner.
Yes, that's what everyone looks for. It's crazy. You know what's funny is that people say that like people have high standards nowadays, and I think that's like true for some people, but I think it's like we've just become so shitty
Yeah. Most people are
that the
just so
standards
bad.
seem high.
Yeah. Common sense is too much to ask from the average human.
I can't stand fighting with a partner. Feeling scared, angry, hurt in my own home about someone I live with is untenable. I like any amount of feels like it's killing me. Okay, so but here's the thing, is what I'll say about that. Is that the thing is like, if you're like literally getting hurt, then no, that's too much conflict. That's like your conflict line. But if you're arguing about what school is the best for to move your kid, like homeschool or private school, then that's like a serious big fight. But like you're not hurting each other.
Yeah.
You're just in conflict.
And that's
So
also like an important thing to have that discussion over.
absolutely. So those fights are important, but like hurting each other, like emotionally, because your partner knows how to hurt you more than anybody else on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And like by orders of magnitude too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like maybe so if that's what they're talking about, then no, those fights should almost never happen.
Yes.
But like you can fight over big things and have like heated fights without it becoming like that sort of issue. Let's find another one. This is
scrolling down.
This is really deep. You are you scrolling down the comics?
By folk punk slut. When I was much younger, I had a relationship that was similar to the amount of fighting, like on a regular basis. Sometimes full blown screaming matches or screaming, whatever, screaming matches with one another. And my friends were always like, "You can tell your relationship is going to last because you're not afraid to communicate with one another. Girl, screaming is not communicating." It is. It's not a civil way to communicate, but it's a way of communicating. And it's a great way to get across like how something matters to you. It's about what you're screaming about or at or towards. It's the context surrounding screaming.
We should definitely take calls one day because we're killing it.
Unfortunately, when you only have one viewer watching, no one's
Are you
gonna
watching?
take call. Yeah, yeah.
Are you? Well, then those two viewers are us.
Amen. Dude, see,
We had somebody that they left.
Yeah, I know who.
Wait,
it
are
was.
you watching on like the YouTube channel?
I'm watching on my YouTube channel.
Okay, so no, at least one of them is you, and I'm not sure if it counts as me because I'm
And
part of
I'm
the YouTube
able
channel.
to see the subscribers on Streamlab as they roll in.
Oh, okay.
Gabe was our last subscriber 2 months
Oh,
ago.
Gabe,
Yeah,
2 months ago.
Gabe.
We really need to start posting these on TikTok because
Yeah.
that'll get like some traffic.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, I think
TikTok. I don't like TikTok, but TikTok is definitely good for that.
it is. I think today we've had a bit of a short one today.
We can keep going.
Yeah.
We can find another one.
I've met two people and have found an instant red flag that makes me leave. It's about argument style. Some people argue based on the words you use and latch onto those words for where the conversation
Me?
is going.
Oh.
You use those specific words for a reason, and that's what you mean. Yeah, you do. Because if you
Yep.
cannot articulate yourself or what you mean, then you shouldn't be talking. Other
Yeah,
people
that's-
use the intention or meaning behind the words and use that to argue. It's not what you said, it's what you meant when you said it. Both of these are valid, depends on the person. Okay. The instant red flag is when they bounce between the two to keep the fight going. It doesn't matter how carefully you choose your words or how much you try to show honest intent. They flip back and forth between them. That is my line. The second I notice someone's doing that, I'm out. With me, whenever I am in an argument with someone, I always try to backtrack it by following each argument to its logical conclusion. That's how I solve my arguments.
I'm not sure I've ever had a really serious argument.
Have you been on the internet?
I've had arguments with people on the internet. I
think
argued
those
with one
count.
guy. I argued that that it should be illegal to just abandon a kid and a child, abandon a child in the middle of the woods.
That should
And
be.
that guy was like, "Oh, what? So you're just like an authoritarian, forcing me to take care of this kid?"
Yes. It is your
And
legal responsibility.
he was interpreting my words as meaning like he was saying, "Oh, because I think it's illegal, it should be illegal to abandon a kid in the forest that I support, like the modern day policing and justice system." And he's like, "Oh, like this many amount of people get like locked up, and it takes them years to get a trial." And I'm like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what I'm saying. And I was just like, bro, we can adjust the policing system, but it should just be illegal. And he was like, what if it's like, I'm like, it's your responsibility. And he's like, "Oh, so you get to decide what my responsibilities are?" And I'm like, if you fire a gun and it hits someone, clearly you're responsible for that. And in the same vein, if you have sex and a baby is made, the logical conclusion of that,
you are
like that's the thing that,
responsible for
yeah,
it.
you're responsible for the action.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that happens.
Unfortunately, a lot of women these days want to be themselves and remove all accountability and responsibility.
I'm not even gonna like try to pretend like I know what that means.
I once saw this meme, and it was like, a guy approaches a woman in a bar, and he's like, "I'm an author." He's like, "You want to know how I write my women?" And she's like, "Oh, how do you write your women?" He's like, "Well, I write a man, but then I remove all responsibility and character development."
Yep, that's pretty much authors nowadays.
Yeah, it's like, okay. It's like, that's too true with a lot of media these days. That's a different conversation right there.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing that we would normally be talking about, but right now we're talking about polyamory.
Hell yeah. Alright, would you consider yourself polyamorous?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not even monoamorous. It's just me.
It's me.
It's just me. I'm single. Polyamorous. Polyamorous, one step at a time.
No, but would you be down for that?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think I would be.
Because
either.
I would want to know my kids are mine.
That's
right?
actually
we have
very valid.
We have a stable household where my sons will grow up to be strong and my daughters will grow up to like be good cooks or something. I don't know, like women stuff.
It's like we got this excessively large kitchen where you can learn how to cook.
Actually, I feel like kids these days don't learn how to cook like they used to, which is like a kind of a problem.
That is actually very true.
That used to be a thing. You know how kids learn how to cook? They cook with their parents.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore.
You hand your daughter like a spatula. It's like, get cooking. And then it's like, I don't want to cook. I want to be a man. It's like, okay. Comes back with a hand axe, go cut some firewood. And it's like,
Yeah.
what would you rather do?
That's how I'm going to raise my kids. I'm like, son, you go chop wood. Daughter, you cook dinner.
I mean, how I'm good. If I have children, I would raise them like, if they're like, hey, can I have some money? I'm like, yeah, sure. Go shovel the driveway. Or mow the lawn. Or go do something like that.
Well, yeah, obviously, you do your chores. Maybe you'd get an allowance. I mean, if I had the money.
Yeah, if I had the money. Go bother your mom. Take it from her allowance.
I try to encourage my if you were on a farm or something, then obviously you should pay your kids for working on the farm.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's
Yeah.
slavery.
That's the thing about the thing about child labor is that it was like it already didn't exist before laws were enacted, and the very rare circumstances where it did exist, it was agriculture, like kids working on their parents or like uncle's farm.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "This is a problem." And it's like, no, child labor disappeared 10 years before it became illegal. Actually, I'm making up a new logical fallacy. I'm going to call it like the democracy fallacy. And the logic goes like, in a democracy, people have to think something is bad before it becomes illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So assuming that the law that was passed is the thing that stopped it from happening is stupid.
Okay.
And that thing is child labor.
Okay. All right. I think we should probably wrap up the episode here. I think we're at a good stop.
Can we read one more? Let's find one more. One more good one.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah, three stories. That'll be good.
How about this one? Am I falling out of love or just had enough?
That is great. Let's read it.
Great first line. I've been in a mono-poly relationship for about 9 months.
Mono-poly relationship?
For about 9 months.
Mono-poly relationship.
Yes. I don't know.
That is...
It's somebody with bipolar depression. Obviously. And you're just dating both sides of them. So,
does that mean one of you gets to have a third partner, but the other one has to be mono-poly?
So good and cooked. One of them is in a relationship with a laundry bin in the closet.
All right, read it.
Okay. Things are going great until he started working closer to home. I told him that I no longer feel like his girlfriend and more like a friend with benefits. I see him maybe once or twice a week, rarely alone. 99% of the time is spent with him, his wife, and child. So you are just a friend with benefits.
What, his wife and child?
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally what you are.
I told him that I no longer feel like his girlfriend and more like a friend with benefits. I see him maybe once or twice a week, rarely alone. 99% of the time is spent with him, his wife, and his child.
I hate that.
I love his family. We get along great. But never having him alone is just killing me. I don't feel a desire to have him come over anymore because every time I mention it, he says, "Do you mind if I stay home tonight?" Ultimately, the choice is his, where he wants to stay for the night. But it seems like he doesn't want to see me. I've opened up to him the past day or two, and he changed the topic 2 to 3 times, so we haven't really discussed it. He's an amazing person, so even if this relationship doesn't work out, I'd like to still be friends with him. I just don't entirely know what I'm doing. Edit. I should add, when we were alone, it's basically just sex, sleep, and he goes back home. You are literally just a friend with benefits.
Yeah, the man has a family. Chill. Yeah, he's not a jerk. Read that comment. What does it say? Top comment right there.
He isn't offering you anything or anything close to fulfilling a mono relationship, and that understandably hurts a lot. Even if he was way better at this, he would never be offering a fulfilling mono relationship, and he is not good at this. And it's pretty ill considered and mean towards you to be dating you in the first place. Yes, I agree with that.
I agree, but also you're a homewrecker.
What are you? It's like, yeah, I mean, he's doing pretty shit things, like dating another person outside of his marriage, but
But you're
at the
also
same
dating a married
time,
man.
it's not. It's like, what do you expect?
It's like he's spending. Okay, you were polyamorous, but now he's spending time with his wife and kid, and you're mad. Like, geez, like you're both crappy people. Maybe we can end it off here. What do you have to say about? Oh, actually, let me find that female dating strategy thing because it was hilarious.
Okay.
Should I go to notifications because I got a notification from it?
The female dating strategy. I just want to say, over the past 10 episodes, we have most definitely seen some pretty stupid stuff on the internet.
Oh, yes.
We've seen some of the dumbest shit out there.
Okay, ready? I'm going to read it. I'm not going to send it to you. I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. If one parent is watching a child full time, day and then also night feedings, should that parent be responsible for paying bills from their savings? No. Well, first of all, wait. No, I said this earlier. It's not your money. It's our money. So that's the problem here. I found a way to do nanny work while watching my daughter. However, my partner and I moved states, and I was out of work for a month. He had no lapse in pay and also worked overtime. He wants me to pay half of the moving expenses. However, I've been caring full time for the baby since birth, including nursing at night. Child is 11 months. I have still paid half the bills from the nanny job. However, staying with the baby meant giving up $55,000 a year job. Is it fair to ask me to contribute from savings for which a move has his income provides for? Dude, okay, so I get it. First of all, you shouldn't have separate finances.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. Like that's the main problem here. Is like, what, you're married, you have kids, why are your finances still separate? Yeah. But the female dating strategy, the top comment is, what a cheap bastard. I can't read this anymore. Wow. And she's looking after his baby. Tell me your husband has no respect for you without telling me your husband has no respect for you. Okay. Here it is. It took 3 comments down. There's no his money. When one parent is the breadwinner and the other is a child rearer, there is only our money. My grandparents would have been shocked by this question. This shit would be almost unheard in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm. How privileged.
Okay, it took us 3-step comment to get like a good one. There we go. This guy's smart. I'm going to give him a little upvote. It's so crazy that no one else, like, this guy sees it. This is beyond ridiculous. How on earth could anyone think this is equitable? I said equitable. Equal. When you have grown, it says equitable.
Oh.
Men can't give birth, so if they want to propagate their stupid DNA legacy, they need to pay for it. Yes, base female dating strategy right there. What did I just read? Imagine being a stay-at-home mother and still having to pay bills. Like, what? Yeah, yes.
But you're not a stay-at-home mother.
Yeah, she has a job.
Yeah, she had a job. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, let's
okay.
wrap it up.
We'll leave the episode with this. when you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship especially, maybe a short-term relationship, no, not at all. But if you're in a long-term relationship, especially if you live together or you're married, there is no my money. It's our money.
Amen.
Amen.
Maybe you can have small funds on the side. Maybe, the husband's
Dude,
working
that was
full
the
time.
perfect place to end. Why are you adding more? That was so good.
Maybe,